Hello traders, this is the Zigzag Man, and this is part 2 of the lesson support and or resistance at the middle Bollinger Band, the 0 line of the CCI, and roughly the 50 line of stochastics. Now, as all my students know, I like to buy below the lower Bollinger Band after a pretty decent sell-off. So let's say you got in here, it looks like at about let's say 115 on that day. On the white candle day, when he started to move up and got above the midpoint of this body of the red candle. So that's about 115, right at the lower Bollinger Band. As you can see, the CCI was already upticking very sharply. See, that was a real sharp sell-off. So I like to buy as soon as the CCI starts upticking, not wait for the actual buy signal when it crosses up through the minus 100 line. And as you can see, stochastics hit my target of 20. Fast line crossed up through the slow line, the black line up through the red. Now the MACD didn't quite confirm that. It did confirm it, as in you learned in the last lesson, that as soon as the candlesticks start closing above the middle Bollinger Band, which is this dotted blue line. See, it had 4 or 5 days of trouble even getting up to it. And then the volume came in. It got above the middle Bollinger Band, this big white candle here. And at that time, as I said in the last lesson, the CCI will be breaking up through the 0 line, and stochastics will be breaking up through the 50 line, and you will get the buy signal on the MACD, where the fast line dips below 0, crosses up through the slow line, which was also at 0, and the blue histogram goes from below 0 to positive above 0. That is a perfect MACD crossover. Just absolutely great. You don't see them like that very often, where it actually dips below 0 and then crosses up. All 3 of the lines cross up through 0 at the same time. And that is a definite buy signal. Okay, so you're in at 115. He struggles. Okay, it's confirmed. He busts up through the 0 line on the CCI and the 50 line of stochastics and gets the buy signal. So you're in. Okay? It hits the upper Bollinger Band at around $1.40. So that's, if you had 1,000 shares, that's $250. But are you getting the sell signal on the CCI? No. Instead, you get a huge volume day, a blow-off top day, where the chart goes vertical. And like I told you, whenever the chart goes straight up and down like this, if it stays like this at a nice level of ascent, not too steep, but then boom, you get the volume. That's blow-off top volume, way above the upper Bollinger Band. So you sell up here at $1.75. So you've made, with 1,000 shares, you've made $600 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's about 3 weeks. Okay? And then volume diminishes. He falls back. Okay? There's the actual sell signal. Okay? Which came late. I tell you to take it early when he's still above the upper Bollinger Band, because candlesticks cannot survive for more than 3 or 4 periods outside of the upper Bollinger Band, normally. Okay? Now here's the important part. Okay? Here comes the CCI. First of all, the PPS, the candlesticks fall to the middle Bollinger Band. And this lesson is all about when the CCI hits the 0 line and bounces up, the candles will be right at the middle Bollinger Band. Stochastics should be right around 50. As you can see, the slow line and the fast line dipped a little bit further down, but it's one or the other. The CCI bouncing right up at 0 is fantastic. The fast line crossing up through the slow line right near the 50 area of stochastics is great. And here comes the MACD crossover, where the histogram was negative, it became positive, and the fast line was below the slow line but crossed up through it. Okay? So as you can see, the Bollinger Bands were pinching a little bit here. It pinched late on this one. I'll talk about this one here in a second. Okay, so let's say you entered right here at $1.75 275. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, you're at 220, 215, $400 with 1,000 shares. Okay. Now here's the blow off top volume. But he pulls back. But then big volume comes in 2 days later. He never breached below the middle Bollinger Band. He found support there again. You did not get the sell signal on the CCI. It bounced back up. It never crossed down through minus 100, plus 100. Okay? So, and the MACD here, as the price was falling, the MACD histogram was going down. Then when you noticed it going back up, it was time to buy when the CCI hit support at 0 and bounced. Now you've got the purple Bollinger Bands pinching again, which means a big move is about to come. And you realize that this stock is in a pretty serious uptrend. He found support here at the middle Bollinger Band once. So if you bought right here, there would really be no reason to sell on the CCI sell signal here, because you would think, you are hoping, that it will go down and have support at the middle Bollinger Band again. As the Bollinger Bands pinch, he bounces up off of the middle Bollinger Band at 210, goes to 290 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Okay? When he bounced off of the middle Bollinger Band, he was also bouncing off of the 0 line of the CCI again. Stochastics right around the 50 area again. It dropped below 50. The fast line crossed up through the slow line. It did not break below this level of support. The CCI never broke the previous level of support. And here comes the MACD. It also has a higher high than the last time, but the fast line crosses down and then back up through the red slow line. And here comes the MACD histogram going from negative to positive. So that was also a place you could enter when the CCI bounces off of the 0 line. The candlesticks bounce off of the middle Bollinger Band, and stochastics bounces up around in the 50 area, bounces back up through 50, and you get the MACD buy signal again. So you are in at 210, let's say 220. On this day here, on the super high blow off top volume again, you see a perfect shooting star with a red body, a small red body. The upper wick is twice as long, just about twice as big as the body on super high volume. And I teach you to take profits when he busts way above the upper Bollinger Band, forms a negative candlestick, and then as you can see, volumes falling off. Here's the sell signal a couple of days later with the CCI, the actual sell signal. But like I said, when it goes vertical, straight up and down, not at a kind of a lazy angle of ascent, as soon as the chart goes vertical, as soon as the CCI turns down, that's your sell signal. And at the exact same moment, right there, the CCI was turning down, the stochastics got above 80, the fast line crossed down through the slow line, down through 80, and the MACD's histogram starting to down tick, but more importantly, it's all red volume that's down ticking. And if you had waited a couple of days, instead of being out at 270 to 290, you would have been out between 240 and 260. So let's say you bought here at 210, you're out at 280, 270. In 5 days, you made $600. Okay, with 5,000 shares of a $2 stock from 220 to 280, that's 60 cents. That's $3,000 in 5 days. Okay? So the most important thing I'm trying to teach you here is if you miss the bottom, you can buy when the candlestick breaks up through the middle Bollinger Band. Here, found support there and bounced, found support there and bounced. You can buy when the CCI breaks up through the 0 line, stochastics breaks up through the 50 line, and the MACD gives a buy signal, or you can wait for a pullback because you missed that one Wait for a pullback, see if he bounces at the middle Bollinger Band, bounces at the 0 line of the CCI, bounces at the 50 line of stochastics, and gives another MACD double crossover. Same thing here. Let's say you missed that one. Wait for the pullback to the middle Bollinger Band. If the CCI bounces at 0, stochastic bounces at 50, and you get the double, the MACD histogram and the MACD itself, the double crossover on high volume, increasing volume, get in. That one alone, from 210 to 290 with 1,000 shares, the maximum you would have gotten would have been $800 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Even if you'd only gotten half of that in 5 days, you would have made $400. Okay? So that's about it for this one. I have 2 more lessons on this subject. So stay tuned. I want to wish you all happy trading from the Zigzag Man.